Okay, friends, we have a brand new product here. Today, we're going to be trying out the Covergirl Clean Fresh Blurring Skin Tint with SPF 30. If you're interested in how this wears and all the information, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so before we get in, let me put some of the information on the screen for you here about the new Covergirl Blurring Skin Tint. Now, I did read that the best way to apply this is with your fingers or with a brush. We're going to go in with fingers. I have shade 405 Fair Cool. Now, I haven't tried this on my face, but I have swatched it on my hand. I do agree with the blurring, but I don't know about cool. To me, that is pulling yellow. What do you think? If you're watching this, let me know in the comments below. It is cool, but it's cool yellow. Like, to me, cool means your undertone is going to be pink. Warm means it's going to be yellow. More neutral, perhaps more peachy or olivey. But like, look, that to me does not scream cool. It almost looks too pale and too yellow for me. But let's go ahead and blend it in before we make our full assumptions. I can tell you, blending it in, it's a very interesting feeling. It's very glidey. Now, this does have SPF 30. However, I always use a standalone sunscreen, and today I have this on underneath. Actually, the two products I have on underneath is the Bioma Hydrating Milky Toner as well as the Dear Cloud Tone Blur Essence Sunscreen. Now, I don't really know about any blurring from this sunscreen, but I do like it, and I do know that it wears very well under makeup, and for that reason I have been using it since I purchased it. Okay, I feel like I have a mask on, or does it actually match my neck? Ooh, I don't know, guys, help me out. I think I'm going to finish blending this in with my fingers, but then ultimately we are going to go over everything, probably with a sponge or perhaps the BK Beauty brush, because that is an excellent brush for like tapping rather than blending, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know. Are my words making sense? But anyways, here is it all on. Is it pulling yellow? Sometimes I can't tell in here because I do have this very, very, very bright light on. And then I'll go somewhere else, like throughout my house or outside, and then I'm like, oh, that's what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me get my mirror and take a look before we go in with the brush. So honestly, that does not look bad with your fingers. There's a few places that I can see the streaks from my fingers, but overall, actually going in with just your fingers did a very nice job of applying this product. It feels really good too. Like, I wish I could explain it really well. I feel as though I've gotten a pretty good bit of coverage, even though this is a skin tint. Now, I do still see a little bit of redness coming through right there, which upon applying, I do feel I had more product on this side than this side. So let's just put a tiny little bit and see if we can kind of pulse stamp this in to build up the coverage. To me, this is giving more than a skin tint. Perhaps I used too much, but here's the kicker. This is kind of the coverage you would need to use if you were using this as your standalone SPF, because a lot of times, even though products claim, oh, this has an SPF, the amount of product you would have to use to reach actual protection with the SPF is a bit more than you would realize. And I feel like this amount is actually doing that. Like, it potentially could be good enough as a standalone SPF coverage. However, I don't risk it. I always use a standalone SPF underneath because I am a pasty princess. I have dealt with melanoma, and so we just don't risk it. Let's take another look in the mirror. Let's talk about blurring. It's looking a little heavy right here. Can you guys see that? I think I'm going to need a sponge for right in there. Let's try to stamp this in a little better. This area right here is always kind of the problem. It's my problem child. That looks a little better. It does look a little dry. It does not look bad on my forehead. It honestly looks more full coverage than I think I was anticipating. I still don't know about the shade matte. I don't know, maybe when I go back in editing, I'll be able to tell. But to me, this does not pull cool as far as the undertone. The shade, yes. The undertone, I don't know. And I really don't want to purchase another one. So let me apply the rest of my makeup and we'll come back and we'll look at the whole finished deal. Here is the full finished face. If you notice, I used 2 more Covergirl products. These are their Covergirl True Blend Skin Enhancers. This one is a blush balm, and I already threw the other one back in the drawer somewhere. It was one of the bronzer ones, but I have the lightest, which is more of a contour shade for me, so I use that for contour. These, I don't really recommend putting them straight on your face. I would go more with the method that I use, which is kind of taking your brush and then doing. I don't know why, they just blend better that way. But anywho, let's take, hold on, I think my screen's dirty. Give me a second here. How's that? Much better. Let's get in here and take a close look. It looks like it might already be breaking apart on my nose. It just looks really dry. Again, maybe I used too much considering it's a skin tint, but as I stated, if you're wanting the SPF benefits, you're going to have to use a lot. So what are you going to do? Perhaps I could have prepped a little more. Maybe use the e.l.f. Thirst Burst drops to give me a little more to the skin. It does look good. It's honestly more full coverage than I anticipated. Everything blended really nicely on top of it. And it is currently 1 p.m. I'm going to wear this all day. So let's see. We'll try to come back at 10 o'clock. It'll be a 9-hour wear test. And I'm wearing this throughout my day. My real life, real deal day. I'm not going to go like sit on the couch and preserve myself to give this the best review possible. I got to go clean my kid's bathroom. So we'll come back at the end of the day, a full 9-hour wear test, and see what we think. Hold on. I'm going to try the product. Oh, I'm not sponsored by any stretch of the imagination. We're going to come back and see how the Covergirl Clean Fresh Blurring Skin Tint SPF 30 wore throughout a real deal mama's day. Also, if you're interested in this eyeshadow look, you can go check that out over on my TikTok. I'm trying to do different looks using all different color liners. So far, I think I did do one that was solely pink, but I don't know. I seen this on Pinterest and I thought, that's the look that we're going to do today. I just did a purple one. I haven't done, do I have blue? These are the colors I still need to do. I still need to do like a blue and a green, which actually I do. There is a blue one already that I found that I really want to do. I just need another piece to finish that. So if you're interested in these eye looks, go over and check out my TikTok. These are all the LA Girl Shockwave Neon liners. Technically, this is a lip liner, but oh well. The rest of them are eyeliners. Oh, I'm sorry. This one isn't LA Girl. This one is NYX. This is the Epic Wear eyeliner stick from NYX. But if you're interested in these, go check out my TikTok, and I will see you back here in 9 hours. and we'll take a little look-see at this.
4 o'clock check-in. Can you see how dry it looks right there? Like from far away, it looks fantastic. But up close, it looks a little dry. So I'll check back in with you at 10.
All right, friends, it is officially, I don't even know what. It is officially 10:25. I did fall asleep on the couch because I was snuggled up next to my hubby and I got all nice and toasty out. So, where is it? Here it is. The 9-hour wear test of the Covergirl Clean Fresh Blurring Skin Tint. It's basically the same thing as when I checked in earlier. It's dry. It is so dry. Where is my mirror? Guys, I've got to clean this vanity. All right, let's get up in here. It has broken apart completely on my chin. I mean, you guys can see it, right? And even though it looks good on my cheek, it almost looks a little mask-like. Maybe that's because the shade is too light. But then it looks like it matches my neck. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the shade match. Even still, with it being a good light shade, I still think the undertone is off, even though it says fair cool. It's just dry. It's very dry. And perhaps that is the mineral that is part of the sunscreen that's in it. I do definitely think it blurs. Like when I swatched it, especially on my hand, you could instantly see the blurring effect. So, blurring, yes. I don't remember what all the other claims are right now because I'll have that on the screen. It's just dry. So, if you plan on wearing this, you're going to need to prep. You're going to need to prep your skin. Otherwise, it is going to look... I mean, like, look, see this little dry patch? Clung to it so bad. My nose has just completely broken apart. Even, like, in there looks a little rough. So, blurring, yes, you're gonna have to prep. Prep your skin. It needs some moisture before you go in and apply this. Applying it with your hands honestly worked really, really well. So, I don't know how I feel about this. Soft matte finish. Okay, light coverage, soft matte finish. It's definitely more matte. I don't know if I would even call this a soft matte. It's definitely matte. Absolutely. This is not a glowy type of deal. So I'm glad that they said that because that's what I'm sitting here thinking. Light coverage, I would say leaning more medium. I mean, you guys saw as I applied it, the coverage that it gave me, especially from one side to the other and covering my redness. So light coverage, I would up it even to medium. Soft matte finish, I would up it to more of a more matte than not. Blurring, absolutely. So that is my take on the Covergirl Blurring Skin Tint. Now, this just arrived. So if you're interested in a full wear test on this one, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button and stick around. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.